Hi guys, welcome back. So, predictions and some more postponements. We knew Ireland, Italy was going to be off, but it looks like now France and Ireland's going to be off as well. So that's an absolute killer really for Ireland. And it pretty much means if it does happen, we won't know the winner of the Six Nations until later in the year, maybe around September possibly, because France are saying they're going to ban or are banning gatherings of 5,000 or more, and I'm pretty sure France will get more than 5,000 to their match. So it looks like it's going to be a long wait for the end of the Six Nations. However, the good thing about the Six Nations is it has standalone games, big rivalries like England versus Wales. Fantastic. Now the advantage in these sorts of games tends to go to the home team, and that's going to be no different here. England are going to be better at Twickenham than they are in Cardiff for sure. And Wales are hit by a number of injuries to their backline. Now if you were to choose between injuries to your backline and the forward pack, well, you would take the backline. And it was looking bad in the back three. That's where they're particularly badly hit. So, George North, recovering from concussion, probably won't make it. We'll see. You know, he clearly got knocked out. I think it'll be unlikely to see him play. Adams looks like he definitely is out for the championship. And he has been Wales' best winger, you know, for the past year in 2019. Liam Williams. If Liam Williams can come back for this game, it's a huge boost. It's 50-50 it looks like. If he does come back, he's going to be short of match fitness, but he's quality and they would put him back in, I'm sure. I think Lane's got a hamstring injury that's pretty bad. I don't think he's in the picture. Let me know if he's recovered from that. McNichol and Halfpenny are fit, thank goodness, so they would 100% start. That's easy. Rhys Zammit, I'm guessing he's fit. I didn't see him play for Gloucester at the weekend, but I'm guessing he's fit. But throwing a youngster in to start in Twickenham, well, that's huge. So who's going to be in the back three is really up in the air. If you've got any hints and tips on who's fit and available, apart from what I've just said, please let me know. I'd love to know. Now, the biggest injury and the biggest piece of news, I think, really, is Dan Biggar looks like he's injured. And it doesn't look good. Now, I guess he could recover. But I think the story behind this is Wales are at a slight disadvantage when they have to allow players to go back to their English clubs, or French clubs if that was the case, to play. Dan Biggar, 100% they would have arrested. He's been fighting like a trooper, he's been throwing his body on the line. Sure, he's been whinging and moaning a bit, but that's what he does. But certainly effort-wise, you can't fault this lad, and he needs a rest. And he didn't get one. He goes and has to play for Northampton, and he gets injured. Just so frustrating. I mean, international rugby, luckily, in rugby, you know, the international level is the top level still. In football, club sides are probably actually better than international sides. Not the case in rugby, but still, you know, they have to pander to clubs if they're not playing in their own country. And you know, Wales, you know, really annoyed by that. Scotland have to do it as well. Let me know if you think there's any way around it, or it's just one of those things, to be honest. So, with Biggar, let's say Biggar is out, Anscombe's out, Patchell we're not sure about, Jared Evans looks like the man who's going to come in, which is fine. I think he is the next Welsh fly half. He's got all the skills, he's different to Dan Biggar. I think he's a bit more flowy in his running, he wants to take people on, a little bit more risky in a good way potentially in his creation of chances. So I think he starts, and then it's who goes on the bench to cover him, in my opinion. Reece Priestland would look like the safe option, super experienced, still playing regularly for Bath. Sam Davis has been the nearly man for so long in Wales. Is it his time? Well, actually, I would go for Callum Sheedy of Bristol, because for a few reasons. I think he's available you know, for selection for a few countries. He's probably not going to get selected for Ireland because he doesn't play in Ireland. I think he's a fair way down the pecking order at the moment in English fly halves. And I think he's got the talent. He's improved very quickly over the last year or so with Bristol, playing week in, week out for them. They're a very strong team. Get him in, get his Wales cap, get another player on the roster. It looks like it's worked with Tompkins, let's do it with Sheedy. So Jared Evans starting with Callum Sheedy to come on. What have they got to lose? Two very exciting players there. So going back to who's favourite, well, England are favourites, I think, with those injuries, with England being at home. Yeah, I would say England are favourites. I would say England if you had to push me, would win maybe by 5 points, no more than 10 I'd say, but no bonus point, but win by 5 to 10, something like that. But Wales, when their back's against the wall, they're playing the old enemy, you cannot take your foot off the pedal. You have to stay on them for the whole time because they will fight and fight and fight. And like I said, their pack looks fully strength, so anything could happen, even with problems at fly half and in the back three. Let's have a look at England. Now again, looks like they're without both Vunipolas. Mako's not going to be back. But they may have Watson back from injury, which would be fantastic. I'm sure he'd start if he is fully fit. And I did my selection video previously, but I think Eddie will do something quite different to what I've selected. It's going to be similar to the team versus Ireland, maybe a little bit quicker as I suggested. Possibly Ludlam for Yules on the bench. Maybe Wilson might come into the picture on the bench even though he hasn't played for his club. Watson in for JJ on the wing if he is fit. If he isn't fit, I'd probably expect JJ to start because he did such a good job for Eddie last time. Even though he wasn't tested, I'm a bit worried about that. He's certainly, I think, going to stick with Ford Farrell and Tuolangi at 13. I think he'll probably stick with Laws at 6 as well and Curry at 8. So only a couple of changes probably I would expect. I'd change quite a lot more. Look at my selection video. And England are going to be confident after the Ireland performance. But Wales' attack is going to be so different. That's the key thing for me. They will move the ball very differently. There'll be less front-on tackles. They're going to offload a lot more. They've got nothing to lose. England are going to be scrambling a lot more. It's a different type of defence they'll need. If they push up hard, they may find Wales going around them or offloading through them. That's the danger. We will see. So prediction is England by 5 to 10, but anything is up for grabs in this fixture. Now, Scotland versus France has me kind of a little bit confused, really. Performances would say France should win, for sure. And for France to win 2 big away games is so un-French, and that's what I'm struggling with. But I know this is a new French team. They've thrown away all the old players, they've brought in new coaches, and they've said the old way of French thinking didn't work in international rugby, professional rugby. Let's have a new way of thinking. You can still offload, you can still be very passionate about your country, but let's be disciplined. Let's have really energetic defence the whole way through the game and play some territory as well as our flair game. So, logic I think says, yes, France should win, but history does show recently that Scotland always have a massive performance in them. They're always close to clicking, even without Finn Russell, who looks like he might come back later in the year, not now. My heart was kind of thinking, I think Scotland might turn up and do one here, but I just can't predict it because my head says France are a new team and they should win, but close again. Maybe by 3, I'm thinking. France by 3. Anyway, England and Ireland will certainly be hoping Scotland turn up and have one of their worldy performances. But my head's just ruling it out, saying France should nick this. But I've just got a hunch this could be Scotland's big performance of the championship. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think on the Welsh injuries, England versus Wales predictions, and Scotland versus France predictions. And I'll see you next time.